the other Mike, or another Mike.
Another Mike.
From Neighbors Mill. We got to figure out how to say that.
Yes.
Neighbors Mill, co-owner, and our host for Good Morning Neighbor. Well, Mike, you got a daily special to tell us about to start off?
Yeah, well, today we're having our chicken bacon avocado. So it's what it sounds like, but it comes on our spinach feta bread. So real chicken, it's bacon, fresh avocado. Just really, really good sandwich. So come on out today and have that for lunch. We've got our breakfast going on right now. Good breakfast omelets and our bowls and of course our pastries and things like that come on the other side.
Well, I've noticed throughout the audience, Mike, that some folks are picking up breakfast and eating this morning, so that's a good thing. And, honey, I think you want to talk about sweetbreads.
Actually, I thought you were going to talk about that great omelet you had last week.
Well, definitely. That ham and cheese, I can never, Mike might as well just memorize it because I can never get away from the ham and cheese omelet. It is great. And the bread that goes with it. Mike, what bread is that you typically serve
It
with
is, our Neighbor's Best bread.
Neighbor's Best? Well,
what we toast up every omelet plate has that, and it's our 9-grain, kind of our best-selling sandwich bread.
Well,
I sure love it. I know that.
It's the best, no pun intended. So.
Well, speaking of breads, a while back we had an event, and I kind of overbought on the bread. Well, we ended up taking that home, and I divvied it up into little freezer bags and froze it. Found out that your bread freezes very nicely.
Yes.
All I have to do is lay it out, and then if I want it warmed up, I stick it in the microwave, but I let it kind of thaw out at room temperature for a while first.
Yeah, definitely. Some customers come in and it's like, have that comment, and it's like too much to have before it goes. So we recommend putting it in the freezer.
Yeah.
As a way to keep it. It stays sourced very well. So.
I was impressed, very impressed. And the important reason for that too, it's like you said before, it goes bad, but it doesn't have all the preservatives and everything of a lot of breads, right? It's not going to sit on your countertop for 2 months and still look the same.
No, it
has natural stuff.
Preservatives. It's all natural ingredients, and so yes, you're right. It won't. Again, not tasting and looking great after a period of time.
Well, I'll tell you, everything comes out of here fresh. And Mike, real quick, speaking of some of the things that are fresh and folks getting out, and especially coming up this weekend will be Father's Day this Sunday, and so how can the audience get included in the Neighbors Mill Father's Day celebration? Obviously come out early because you're not open on Sunday, but again, great time to come out over the weekend, get those wonderful cinnamon rolls, but often we also think about the muffins and the bread and the cookies, but I got to say this, we can't forget about those pies. So talk to us about how the folks can come out and get some pies and all the good stuff.
We'll take any special orders throughout the week for those celebrations for Father's Day, pies, cakes, anything that pretty much is your favorite, we can probably make it. So,
well, there you go.
Just give us a chance, and we'll give you an easy solution for that Father's Day needs you have.
Well, Mike, speaking of Father's Day, we've had Wes McGee that's played our music segments several times during our show, and we've announced once before that Mike is the father, or not Mike, Wes is the father of 8 children. I hope you don't. You're not there.
Just 3 for me.
3 for you.
3 for you. Well, Wes is the father of 8 children, and today he is blessing us with 2 of his sons. So we're going to have some junior music today.
Very good.
And we have Noah, who is 9 on the guitar, and Elijah, who is 6 on the
cajon.
Cajon, yes. Thank you.
All right.
So let's take it over to them. Thanks, Lance.
Thanks, Mike. thank Wes and Noah and Elijah for doing a great job with coming out this morning on NWA Welcome Services Good Morning Neighbor. But this morning in our community awareness segment, we have Austin Harms with us this morning from NWA Food Bank. Austin, good morning.
Great to see you.
Pleasure to have you with us this morning. And I want to talk a little bit about, from an introduction standpoint, that we learned from Feeding America that although the economy is improving and millions of Americans, though, continue to struggle, the USDA estimates, Austin, that there's 41 million people, including nearly 13 million children, in the United States that are food insecure.
Yeah.
And the prevalence of food insecurity is essentially unchanged, really, from 2015. So it really remains higher than before the Great Recession in 2007. The one that gets me, though, is right here in Northwest Arkansas, that we have over 63,000 women, men, senior citizens, and children that face hunger every day throughout Northwest Arkansas. And really, your organization is doing a fantastic job to continue that fight to feed everyone, to have access to nutritious food. So I'm excited, Austin, to have you with us today. Walk me through a little bit about the purpose in terms of what does the food bank do and how is it different than our local pantries?
Yeah, absolutely. So the best way to describe a food bank is we act much like a distribution center.
Okay.
So as food, funds, items come in from local community members, from local businesses, national corporations, we are basically a clearinghouse for that. So items come to our warehouse. We're over in Bethel Heights.
Okay.
And we serve the 4 county areas. So we serve Benton County, Washington County, Madison County, and Carroll County. And so all of those areas have local food pantries. They've got soup kitchens. They have children's shelters, women's shelters. Those type of nonprofits use our resources so that they can feed the community.
Okay.
And so we act really as their partner to make sure that they have the resources so that they can help individuals in our area. So we partner with just about 160 nonprofits, and all of those places are using us to provide food back into the community.
Does that also include like churches as well that have food banks and food pantries?
A lot of our pantries are church affiliated.
Okay.
It might be a smaller pantry that just operates in the congregation in ways that they can get people involved in that as well.
Now, a lot of folks wonder, Austin, how do you get the food in terms of where that comes from?
So, and that's really a big portion of what my role is. So we have partnerships with local community members, people that do food drives. We bring in food. The majority of food that comes in for us comes through our retail donation program, which is what I'm over.
Okay.
And so I do education inside of all of the local retailers in this area,
Okay.
Providing them with a resource of, hey, this is an item that we maybe can't still sell, but it is definitely good for someone to still eat. So I go into your local Walmarts and your Sam's Clubs, your Targets, your Aldi's, all of those guys, working with them on bringing in food into our food bank. That's the main way that we get a lot of our food in. And then a big portion of it comes from donations from companies directly.
Okay.
Products that come in that way. And there's still a need after donations that come in that are actual food items. There's still a need that we provide for specific items that agencies might need. So we have donations and funds that come in. And those funds, we pool our resources and try to order big bulk truckloads to store in our place so that some of these smaller pantries might have access to something that they could not receive because they just couldn't handle the quantity of it.
Now, you just mentioned, and I'm going a little off topic here a minute,
you're fine.
But you just mentioned, now, how big is your facility that you store all of this in, just to give folks a picture?
Total, we're about 30,000 square feet of warehouse space.
30,000
just
square
about. So we have
Wow.
We have a actual main building that's got a lot of cooler and freezer space. And then we have a separate building for volunteers to come through and work with us and kind of get those items ready for those local nonprofits.
Wow. So I've seen now the advertising that says the NWA Food Bank is able to provide 11 meals.
Yep.
11 for every $1 donated. Austin, how is that possible?
Absolutely. Well, and like I was talking just a minute before, that is really truly comes down to the ability for us to work with those partners and order in bulk, receive items in bulk through our really strong store presence. We have a lot of items that come through with that. We also, so we're part of a national organization. So Feeding America is the national organization.
Okay.
We're the local food bank.
Okay.
But we also do, there's other food banks in the state that we might partner with them to order truckloads at a time to help save costs for everyone in the state.
Okay.
Items like that. We're really creative and really passionate about making sure that we can get the best bang for our buck and make sure that people get fed in this community.
So if someone needs emergency food in the community, you know, what do they do, Austin?
We actually have a great resource for them.
Okay.
On our website, there is a button that says I need food. And it's a map system that shows all the agencies in the area that provide resources, hours that they're opened,
okay.
Locations. And since it's a map system, you could even drill it down and locate where you are and what's the closest people right around you. And so that if you don't have a lot of transportation, you can't get far out, you might be able to see, hey, these are 3 pantries that are right around me. I can go use their resources.
Fantastic. So basically, if folks, in one sense, don't have a computer but maybe can get to the library, they can Google it that way. Excellent, excellent. So I want to wrap up a little bit here and talk about how, how can people in our community give back and support your cause. And then one other quick thing after that, I want to talk a little bit about how you're involved with the LPGA as well.
Absolutely. So main ways that community members work with us is we love having food drives. Churches are a great one that do food drives for us. Scout groups, community members do that. We are really volunteer based in a lot of ways. We have staff that do the day-to-day stuff, but we truly could not manage the amount of food that comes in without volunteers that come to our place. Last year alone, we distributed over 12 million pounds of food. And that came from volunteers who were actually helping us sort it, get it ready, making it simple for agencies to do that.
Excellent.
Obviously, another thing for us is donating your financial resources as well. People that do drives for us, we love to show the meals that came out of your drive is a great way to do that as well.
Excellent. So LPGA, what do we got going on there? You're huge in that.
We are huge in that. We, for the end of the month, we're going to be helping everybody out with that program. At the first of the week, we're going to be working with Bite NWA. So we'll have volunteers that come and help do tickets. They help do directions, make sure that that event runs smoothly because they're doing a donation for every ticket purchase. It's $3 that comes back with us.
Excellent.
And then LPGA, we help run one of the main concession booths during the event. So we love to have people out. We're trying to find partners that work with food in this community as well. Everything that is a volunteer opportunity, we run through like a calendar system on our website. So you can actually just go to nwafoodbank.org and you can schedule yourself into the calendar and get yourself set up to volunteer.
Excellent, excellent. Austin, thank you so much for coming out, and we love having you, and we'll get you back on the show because, again, it's really all about feeding folks here in Northwest Arkansas, and particularly those kids as well. All right, I'm Michael, and now we're headed back to do some music. Good to go. No, actually, we're going to run right over now to Arlene and the ladies at Simply Done. Take it away.
All righty, thank you, Michael. And yes, we do have a company, as he mentioned, Simply Done, that's with us today. But let me give you a little segue first. In recent years, there have been meal kit delivery services popping up all over the place, and they have very creative names to catch your attention. But there's still a key word in there, the word kit, that means you have to cook it, you have to put it together, all of those things. Well, what about if somebody else even does that part? In today's family lifestyle, it can be really hard to put together a meal even from a kit. So today we have Wendy and Christina of Simply Done, and they do everything for you on those meals. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you, Arlene. We're happy to be here.
We are so excited.
Good. Well, the two of you are partners, and along with your husbands as well. You do it all when it comes to dinner time, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, Wendy, describe for us what it looks like to the typical client from their eyes? What do they see that you do for them?
Sure, absolutely. So Simply Done, we really we try to be that convenient so they have more opportunity to spend with their families. Our meals come to them completely cooked, and so with that they get the time to just pop it in the oven to heat it or put it on the stove to heat it, but they don't have any of the prep time. So that means that translates into time that they get to spend with families or on the go or doing homework, things of that nature, just really family time.
So if it's a super quick night for you, a family, can they just dish it out and throw it on a plate and put it in the microwave too?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You've
Yes.
got it covered.
Yes.
You've got it covered. Okay. Well, this week, your dinner menu consists of 4 wonderful, healthy dinners. Open-faced Philly cheek steak hoagies with sauteed vegetables, garlic parmesan salmon with fresh garden kale, Cajun chicken Alfredo served with home-style Brussels sprouts, berry drizzled pork chops, I forgot how to say it, couscous, and broccoli salad.
Yes.
So, of those, Christina, which one's your favorite?
My favorite is the open-faced Philly cheesesteak. It's the first time on this menu, and we're really excited. It's one we love, and hopefully a home-style favorite for some of those folks that this is one of their go-to meals that they're excited to try. So,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, and when it is a favorite, you like to keep track of which ones your
Yes.
customers like the best, don't you?
Yes,
So I noticed that is important for you.
definitely.
Well, having that ready for those people, it must take a lot of coordination, and timing must be very important in your business. Is that true, Wendy?
It absolutely is true. A lot goes into it, and we make sure that we focus on what's fresh now, what's available to us, produce, because we have different seasons. And so, yeah, that takes a lot of coordination as well as just schedules, getting it cooked and getting it to that customer or that client in a timely manner and when their schedule allows.
So how does a week look for you guys? You know, the two of you and your husbands. How does that look?
Sure, absolutely. So on Sundays, Christina and I, we really, we kind of game plan to see what the next week's menu is going to look like. My husband and her husband kind of do the chef-inspired type things, and so they game plan on freshness and things. We put out that menu on Tuesday, and then we do our shopping on Saturdays and Sundays, and cooking on Sundays as well.
Yes.
So yeah,
Wow.
a lot of moving parts.
At least you're able to concentrate a lot of it into certain days and recover in between.
Yes.
That's what I would think at this point.
Definitely.
Well, in our household, every week is different from the week before. It may be that one week we're at home a lot, the next week we're traveling or eating out a lot. So if I know before your cutoff time that I only need 1 or 2 meals, do I have to still buy all 4 of them and freeze them or something? Or how do you accommodate that?
Sure. You can buy as many or as little as you'd like for serving sizes 1 to 4, 5 plus. And you can order as many meals as you'd like, whatever your week looks like. Most of our families actually bounce around based on their week. So that is actually what most of our customers and clients do.
Well, and it just dawned on me that this would be an extremely good program for a family that is experiencing issues where a senior adult is not
Yes.
eating.
Absolutely.
They can provide this for their family member.
Absolutely. We do that quite often where people are purchasing for their loved ones, giving them as gifts, or sharing with loved ones that may have trouble cooking for themselves.
When you mentioned a serving as small as 1, that
Yes.
made me think of that would be very important for those people. So, well, in addition to the weekly offering of dinners, there's something I didn't tell you I was going to ask you about. So I'm going to put y'all on the spot.
We can do it.
You have chef-inspired, diet-customized, Simply Fit lunches, which I want to ask you what's involved in that process, but also tell me about these truffles that I saw on your website that were a special edition this week.
Yes, so with the lunches, we really kind of go off a little bit of the dinner menu, do something a little different that are quick and easy for the microwave for people to eat during lunch. Individual portions, 300 to 500 calories. So those are great to take to work, or if you're on the run, pop it in the microwave and go. And then the truffles, we use protein as well as things like peanut butter, agave nuts to make protein truffles that serve as a great dessert or a snack. So,
I'm
healthy
very
option.
interested in those.
They're
Very
delicious.
interested.
They are fabulous.
Our
Okay.
favorite.
They are our favorite.
And I believe they're $1 a piece, $12 a dozen.
Yes.
Is how you sell those.
Yes.
Yes.
So awesome. Well, they can find all your information out on your website, and
Yes.
they can also find some very, very, very fantastic reviews of
Yes,
your
thank
service
you.
out there. Because you do not only delivery, but they can pick it up as well, right?
Absolutely.
So you've just got it covered for everyone. You can deliver to their home or their work, whatever they
Yes.
need. So
Yes.
I'm just impressed with how much you are there to serve people.
Thank
so
you.
please encourage them to go out to I'm going to encourage them, go out to their website and read those reviews. So give them your website address and your phone number so they can get in touch with you.
Sure. So our web address is simply done NWA, like northwestarkansas.com, or you can find us at 254-366-0856.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much.
Darlene.
Enjoyed having you with us.
Thank
now
you.
let's take it back to our junior musicians today. Okay.
Well, hey, good morning. Happy Monday to you. We are here live at Neighbors Mill Bakery and Cafe. Hey, I want to invite you guys to come out and schedule your meetings. I know so many of us are self-employed and we have these meetings. Neighbors Mill and Bakery is really centrally located. It's a great alternative to Starbucks. You know how noisy Starbucks and full Starbucks can be. It's just a short bit down the street. You could practically walk here and enjoy lunch while you are having a meeting. So I'm sipping coffee or tea this morning here, and anyway, I just invite you guys to check it out. If you haven't been here, be sure and check it out. Great people run the place, and it is a great meeting spot if you're going to schedule your business meetings. Well, this morning we are here with Susan Anglin. She is a District 9 Justice of the Peace, and she is running for re-election. She's in her 6th year on the Quorum Court, and so we're going to get a chance to find out what she does on the Quorum Court, what the Quorum Court does, and really just get to know you a little bit better. So welcome, Susan.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Now, tell us what you do outside your responsibility on the Quorum Court.
Okay. I am a full-time dairy and beef farmer in Benton County. I married a third-generation farmer, so for the last 33 years, that's what we do full-time.
Oh my goodness. So how many head of cow?
Currently we milk about 225 cows twice a day, every day of the year. And we have beef cattle that we also deal with. We raise all of our replacement heifers, and we raise forage for the cows, and it's a full-time 365-day-a-year job.
My goodness. So I'm not going to whine about getting up early, okay?
Good deal.
Because that is a hard world. So, but thank you for your service as a farmer.
Well, thank you. This is June Dairy Month too, so please drink milk and eat cheese and yogurt.
There you go. There you go. Well, you're in your 6th year on the Quorum Court. Talk to us a little bit about what the Quorum Court does and what a Justice of the Peace does.
All right. Basically, a Justice of the Peace is a citizen legislator. And we act much like the state legislators in enacting laws for the county. Many people think that we just marry people when you hear Justice of the Peace.
Yeah.
And that is one of the jobs that we can do, but it is not our main job. We actually are the financial people for the county. We take care of the tax dollars and how we spend the tax dollars. That is our main focus in what we do.
Now, you're on some committees as well. That's
Yes.
part of your service as a Justice of the Peace.
Yes. The Quorum Court works by committee, and the county judge actually assigns us to at least 2 committees. I serve on the Finance Committee, and I'm the chairman of the Legislative Committee, and I also serve on the Grievance Hearing Committee when we have those happen for county employees. And I serve as the county representative for Quorum Court on the Arkansas Association of Counties. So those are the things I serve on, and our committee process, just like finance. Finance meets once a month, every month, and we talk about the finances of the county and what we may need to do as far as moving money or money for certain requests that we have from the other elected officials. But we're looking at the county funds every month. That, whatever we decide, if we decide that money needs to be spent, say, for the sheriff's office, then that, whatever the Finance Committee recommends, that is sent to Committee of the Whole, and then from the Committee of the Whole, it goes to the Quorum Court for final passage. And any law or ordinance, is what we call them, has to be read 3 separate times before it's enacted. Now, on some funding, it can be spent immediately after we have read the ordinance and voted on it and passed it. But basically, there is a process for everything that we do in county government as far as spending any dollars. So that's how every committee works. The recommendation of the committee goes from that committee to Committee of the Whole and Quorum Court, which are all public meetings. Any citizen can attend. You can have public comment. You can talk to us and tell us what you think. We listen, but we don't really interact with you. We just take your public comments.
Yeah, it's
heart.
like you have a public hearing
Yes,
portion of your meeting,
we do.
and you say thank you,
yes.
and that's it.
But you can come and speak, and we also ask if you have during the meeting on an item, you can actually have public comments. So it is open every public meeting, and we would love for more people to come to the meetings and just see what happens. But so much of the work is done in committee and the discussion. So I always suggest people to come to those committee meetings and find out what we're talking about.
So you make a decision within the committee meeting to bring it to the Quorum Court, the Committee of the Whole.
Yes.
And do you ever see it turned down?
Yes, occasionally. But you have to remember that requests many times, most of the time, are coming from the other elected officials. And they are asking for funds to do their job. And it's our role to decide if we have the money that we can allocate it for that or not. If we have the money and the issue is important and we can understand how much they need it, then it will usually pass. And that's the thing about being on the quorum court. We are not the managers. We are the money keepers, but we do not meddle in what the elected official's job is. And it's a fine line knowing enough information to make that decision without feeling like you're meddling in their business. But that's how it works.
Interesting. So do you ever have constituents reach out to you for help on anything, or do they know to come to a justice of the peace?
I get most of my requests are when people have road issues, county roads. They'll call and say, I need something to repair on my road.
Yeah.
Who do I call? And that's a fairly simple process. They can actually go online and make a note to the county road department. And I ask them to do that, but I also will usually call or I will email the road supervisor and tell them of our problem, and then they will create action on it usually. So that is a process, but there are many avenues. People just don't understand who they need to contact. And so I get calls about, well, I have this problem or this issue, so who should I go to? And I can give them that information and direct them, to who they need to talk to or where they might need to go. And I'm very happy to do that. But as far as me doing any actual, getting it to happen, all I can do is request and ask for it.
Yeah, but that matters.
Yeah.
Sometimes just having that person who is an elected official, kind of step in and say, hey, this person needs your help, makes a difference. And that's what a lot of people don't realize, especially people who live in the city, and there are JPs who are responsible for segments that are within municipalities that have these services taken care of. When you are out in the county, your JP is really your first line of defense for issues that you have. So
right. And District 9, the district I serve, has got more city probably than rural, but I do represent all. And on any issue, whether it's roads or whatever the request is, I take each one as serious because that's what our role is as citizen legislators, is to serve the people and trying to help them through the system.
That's right. Did we talk about what area District 9 encompasses?
No, District 9, I serve the south side of Centerton.
Okay.
I go into Bentonville to I Street, and my district kind of reaches up into Rainbow Farm Road, which might be some Rogers residents. Some of them have Rogers address, but Bentonville phones, and I'm not sure if they're Rogers or Bentonville. And then I touch just a little bit of Cave Springs.
Okay. Very good. So, well, you are running opposed in the general election. So you didn't have a race in the primary, but now we are firmly inside general election season. She will be your Republican candidate on your ballot for Justice of the Peace, District 9. We've been here this morning with Susan Anglin. I'm Carrie Perrin-Smith, and I just invite you to get out and learn about your candidates. Most of them today, even the Justice of the Peace, it's Monday, Justices of the Peace. They will have Facebook pages at the very least, but do your homework. Remember what we talked about last time? Google VoterView Arkansas. You can type in your first and last name and your date of birth, and you can look at your ballot, and that'll tell you who your Justice of the Peace is, as well as the rest of your legislators. And then you can also look at sample ballots as soon as they're available. It'll be a while before your sample ballots are available out there on the internet, but as soon as they are, you'll be able to make better informed decisions by having a tool like that to find out who you're going to have choices for on your ballot. So anyway, thank you for spending your time with us on Monday morning. bright and early, but of course you can view this anytime. And please share this information with anybody who lives out in Susan's district and find out a little bit more about what the Quorum Court does. I'm Carrie Perrin-Smith. I'm running for Justice of the Peace District 5, and we'll see you next Monday.
Okay, thank you very much to Carrie and Susan for our political talk moment, talking politics. And now we're going to talk money. And today we have with us CPA. Her name is Dee Harold, right? And she helps people to build assets and to build a better future. Experience-wise, she has 10 years of public accounting experience with emphasis in taxation and 12 years of private sector management. Welcome, Dee.
Thank you. It's a privilege to be here.
I'm so thrilled to have you. Let me tell you, I've been anxious to meet you and excited to meet you. Well, let's start off with one of the most basic questions people ask of accountants, CPAs. What's the difference between a CPA and an accountant?
Okay, an accountant basically has an accounting degree, but that's it. They've not gone to be certified. They haven't spent hours studying to take the CPA exam. It's a 16-hour test, so you have to put in over 300 hours to study for it. And then once you pass it, you have to do continuing education every year to maintain your license. So there's a little bit of a difference in education.
So that really keeps you up to date on what's going on, right? So that I would think is important to me, a small business owner.
Yes.
What all do you do? How do you get that additional development professionally every year?
Sometimes we do webinars. I've done self-study. It's not my method of choice. Most of the time I take classes where I'm actually going and sitting in a classroom for 8 hours with a bunch of other CPAs learning about a specific topic.
That'd probably be my preference too. Webinar second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what's the greatest let me ask you this one though first before I go into about businesses. Are businesses the only people that need accountants or CPAs?
No. Everybody needs CPAs or accountants because everybody has parts of their lives that they need help with.
And laws change from year to year. I know tax laws in particular.
The tax law that we just had come around is the largest in the last 30 years. So it's going to be significant for anybody to go and talk to a CPA in order to get their taxes prepared this year because there's just so many changes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that just puts the biggest smile on my face. Not.
It puts a big smile on my face.
Yeah, because more and more people are going to be reaching out to you this year, and we're going to help you get that word out that you're here and you're available. Because you're somewhat of a newcomer yourself, having moved up from Conway and home of the Bears, my alma mater, University of Central Arkansas. So we're proud that you've moved this direction, you and your husband. Well, let me ask you too, as a business owner, what is the biggest challenge a business owner faces or experiences when they get involved with a CPA?
I think most of the time they're just shocked at how much it costs because they're getting expertise and they're not used to doing that. They've done QuickBooks for years. It's cost them a couple $100 every 3 or 4 years. And then when they go in and actually talk to a CPA, there are other things that they need to consider. And we like to try to steer you to the other directions. You might need some business insurance. Maybe you're under, for liability reasons, you're underinsured. And we're going to send you out to other people that have those specialties.
So you have those referrals that you can send. Yes. Oh, good. You can advise on that as well.
Yes.
So when we get started, are you going to slap my hand and with a big ruler?
No.
Okay. Are you going to be forgiving of errors that I've made?
I like to teach people about what to do and how to gather information better. So, no. Okay. I mean, I get people that bring me, grocery sacks full of stuff. It's not a big deal.
Okay, that takes a little bit of the fear away, I'm sure, for many people, knowing that you've had grocery bags of just stuff handed to you. Okay.
You sort through it and do what you need to.
Well, what do you feel is the added value that you bring to your clients?
For the most part, I meet my clients where they are. Whether it's they need me to come out to their house or to meet them at their business, I'm there for them wherever they need to be. So if like I'm coming out to y'all's house later on in the week, that's what I do. I like to meet my clients where they need help instead of making them always come to me.
Awesome. That's great.
It's just a little extra, but it makes a difference.
I think it would to me, because then I know that you're seeing where I'm coming from every time I call you and say, you want what? Or, oh, I just messed something up. Tell me how to get through it. You can picture me in my office and you can help me through it a little bit better. So it's a win-win for both sides, I would think.
I think it helps out.
Awesome. Well, tell our viewers, we have about 30 seconds left, so tell our viewers and our audience here how to get in touch with you.
Okay, my mobile phone number is area code 501-269-4380. If you'll leave a message, I'll call you back as soon as I'm available. Or you can reach me by email at dherroldcpa@gmail.com.
And don't forget, any of our guests, you're welcome to reach out to us as well, and we'll get you in touch with them. So now let's go on to Mike, and he's up with BizBeat.
Right. Well, thank you, Arlene, for a great job of talking with Dee Harrell, who's a great CPA that's moved from the big city of Conway, Arkansas. But I'll tell you, more importantly, right now, folks, I've got some wonderful people here that I've gotten to know. To my right is Caleb, and to my left is his lovely wife, Emily. And we're here today to just talk about Flipside Ninja Park, and so my wonderful introduction here is, we're visiting with a young couple who wants you to overcome obstacles by building strength, agility, and balance, all while having a ton of fun, because these two are fun. Sure. I'll tell you, they have put the fun back in exercise, folks.
Yes.
So today, and Emily are going to kind of walk us through a little bit about Flipside Ninja Park. I had a great time touring last night, both of you, the facility, visiting with you, and provide our viewers a little bit of an overview of what the Ninja Park is like and how it relates to kind of that whole Ninja Warrior program. So who'd like to go first here?
I'll take it.
Excellent.
Sure. So Flipside Ninja Park is Northwest Arkansas's only Ninja Warrior obstacle gym. It's based on the show American Ninja Warrior, kind of running courses for that fun and functional fitness. We offer a new perspective on working out and having fun for kids and adults alike.
Okay.
So we do classes for kids 5 to 15. We have adult classes, adult fitness, open gym, birthdays, team building, you name it. We are getting people to try things they've never tried, accidentally get fit while doing that, and have a blast.
Well, I will tell you, last night I saw a lot of folks out there just doing a great job in getting through the obstacles and building strength and agility. Sure. Caleb, how did you get interested in this concept, and what led you to opening Flipside Ninja Park, and kind of the location of all things in Lowell? So
so it all came from a love of American Ninja Warrior myself, with my brother. We used to watch the show and joke about opening up a ninja gym because we saw people doing it on the show, like they're training in these things, And once I got out of the military, I looked into it a little more serious. One of the guys I follow on Instagram had opened up his second gym, and I was like, well, this is cool, So I was watching it and really fell in love with the idea of bringing the fun back into fitness. And he had, kids classes, the adults were in there training, and I was like, that is an awesome concept. I can get behind it. I can be passionate about it. And that's really what drove me to keep pushing forward with the concept of the Ninja Gym.
There you go. And Lowell. Now, what got you to pick Lowell? I love Lowell because that's what everybody loves. Lowell.
Yes. Lowell is, just smack dab in the middle of Northwest Arkansas. So it's drivable distance. Even when you're local, everything's far away.
Yes. Fayetteville, far away. No.
Yes. And that's one of the things that we wanted somewhere that was close, convenient. We're right off of the interstate, so it's quick to get to and easy to get to.
Now, I will say last night in our visit, Emily, Caleb, this fine man here, talked a little bit about the sale that he had to make to you on this wonderful proposition. So walk us through kind of your thoughts a little bit about when he came to you with this idea. Are you like thinking, really? Or are you thinking, no, I'm in, let's go?
Well, luckily, when I married Caleb, he didn't hide any of his craziness that he brings to the gym. He's always been an adrenaline junkie. He's
Right.
been into staying in shape and having fun and all the things that he brings to Flipside. So I was actually more surprised and less supportive when he was going to commit to a career that wasn't him and that wasn't fun and exciting outside of the military. So when he came to me with the idea of the ninja part, I was like, that's you. That's what fits. That's something you can be passionate about, and I know that you can make thrive. So I was actually really supportive. I was a little bit nervous to tell people that I was married to a 30-something ninja, but I was super excited for him, and I knew that if he was going to be passionate about anything, it was something like this, and that you can only be happy and succeed if you're passionate about it. So.
Well, I appreciate you walking through that as I lovingly dropped my microphone. You know, we've had certainly some wonderful technical opportunities
Yes,
today.
yes.
And so I fell prey to the microphone dropping out here. But tell me a little bit about the different activities that allow people of all ages, Caleb, to you know, kind of get involved and become involved in the park, no matter what level they're at. And
Sure.
I really want to talk about kind of the junior ninjas and adult ninjas that
Sure,
you've got.
sure. So we have classes and activities for all age groups. Starting at 5 years old, we have the junior ninjas, and it's 5 to 15. We do semester-based classes that are 3 months long, where we teach basic level obstacles, and they get more and more difficult as you go along. You earn different stages, kind of like a belt in martial arts or something like that.
Okay.
After that, we have advanced and competitive classes, so they can start going to competitions, you name it. And then for the adults, we have open gym time to come and train and have fun. We have aerial yoga, which is an absolute blast. And
Emily makes it look
yes,
like an
yes.
absolute blast.
Uh-huh.
I keep thinking of the Charlie
Sure.
Brown and the kite-eating tree. is
Sure,
what I
sure.
keep thinking of. I keep thinking
She-
I'm going to get tangled up in that.
Yes.
There's no way they're going to
Yes.
have to call the fire department to get me out of this.
Sure, sure. No, she can walk you in and help you get back out of all the crazy poses. And then we have obstacle course racing classes too. We're trained for Spartan, Tough Mudder, that kind of stuff, or the Springdale pig trail run, you know, and the stuff like that. So
We've got some summer camps that are coming up that y'all are promoting, and so the bell went off a long time ago.
Yes.
But we're not going to worry about the bell at the moment, so it'll just be ringing in our
Sure,
ears.
sure.
But talk to us a little bit about the summer camps that are coming up.
Sure. So we are doing summer camps the 4 weeks of July. So
Okay.
starting July 2nd,
Right.
ending the 27th.
Okay.
The kids will come for 5 days a week, Monday through Friday.
Okay.
They'll come from 10 to 12 in the morning if they're 6 to 8 years old,
Okay.
and they'll come from 1 to 3 in the afternoon if they're 9 to 14.
Okay.
They'll spend 2 hours running courses, playing games, just moving and grooving and having a blast.
Okay.
The last week is actually our girls only week. So the 23rd.
Girls only week.
The 23rd through the 27th is going to be girls only. We have 2 female competitors from American Ninja Warrior
Okay.
coming to work out with the girls to teach them about empowerment and self-confidence and courage and strength, and to show off that they can do this as good or better than the boys. So,
Well, certainly. You know,
Yeah.
there is something to be said for women empowerment
Yep.
right there. So, and Caleb, you'll be out vacationing while the ladies are taking over. So you won't have anything to worry about. You'll be fishing and you know, improving the tan.
one of these years, one of these years.
So, Emily, where can people register for these camps and learn about Flip Ninja? And then quickly, I'm going to jump back over to Caleb and talk about kind of this wonderful nonprofit organization that you all are supporting.
Sure. Yeah, so to register, you can go to flipsideninja.com/schedule, or
Okay.
just go to the main website. You can click into the schedule. You can book directly from that site. You can call us at our phone number listed online, or you can shoot us an email, whatever's convenient for you.
Okay.
Actually, if you book right now for 4 more days until June 15th, you will save some money. Prices go up on the 15th. So
Okay.
Yeah.
book now.
Excellent, excellent. Caleb, finish us out
Sure.
with kind of this wonderful nonprofit that you're supporting.
Absolutely.
And talk to us a little bit about kind of an event you've got coming
Sure,
up with that.
sure.
to support it.
So June 24th, we have a barbecue coming up. It supports Soldier on Service dogs, and they train and raise service dogs to give to veterans with PTSD or any other anxiety, seizures, you name it. These dogs can do incredible things, and 100% of the proceeds from the barbecue are going to go directly to Soldier on Service dogs and support. It's an incredible cause. They actually take time to train the veteran as well, on how to have a service dog, which is an important part of it. So they are full service from the time that puppy is raised and brought in and trained up. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of money, and to be able to provide those to the veterans is incredible, and it's something that really works, and it's something we can absolutely get behind and be passionate about.
Well, excellent. Well, hats off to you and Emily for supporting our troops, supporting our veterans, especially when coming back from overseas or different parts of the country that they serve. And thank you, Caleb, for serving our country as well. We appreciate you. And lastly, I'm going to leave you with a little funny thing that my wife and I were discussing last night after our video went up, and that was that Mr. Fluffy meets Mr. Fit. Excited
We're going to have to get you in there, for sure.
Maybe I'll be Mr. Minor Fluffy when I get done. So, anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we're going to close out on this particular segment, jump back to Arlene, and we look forward to seeing you on our closing in just a moment, folks. Thank you. All right.
Okay, I think we're back, guys. Well, sounds like Caleb and Emily have an exciting place for you to go visit. And I have some repeat guests with us today. We found them in the audience and just grabbed them to come back up on stage because they have a pretty exciting announcement. These are the gentlemen from Freshie. We have Paul and Nick, and welcome back again.
Thank you.
Yeah, so glad to have you. So you've got some exciting news to share with our viewers, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah, we will have our soft open July 2nd, and our grand open will be 2 weeks later. The date is still being worked out, and the times are still being worked out, but July 2nd, y'all can start eating a Freshie.
Awesome. So tell us what you mean by soft open.
Soft open means we're not really advertising it. Oops. But we're going to be brand new, so we're going to be easing into it and learning the processes and getting a little bit more efficient with making the products and hopefully serving you guys a little bit better.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
We're very excited. Construction alone has just been flying along, and it's just really taking shape, and so it's just been very exciting. And so our team will be coming on. We're just so excited to get them involved.
Are you still hiring, or do you have your full staff?
We have a good staff right now. Yeah. We wouldn't mind having an extra full-time person, and we're still looking, but we're not like active. We don't need this person, but we would like this person.
Good deal.
Whoever it might be.
Yeah.
So if you know somebody that's looking for a job, go see these guys.
Free food at Freshie.
Free food for your associates?
Oh, I'm in. I'm going to fill out the ad.
Yeah.
Sure.
There you go.
I'll be the poster child for what they could or might make of me. But
yeah, because you're going to be like that guy on that sandwich.
Yeah, Jared. Michael will be Jared.
He'll be your Jared.
Yeah. Done.
You'll take him from this to this.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
There you go.
There'll have to be a lot of hope in that operation. So
we can do it, Michael.
A lot of cooperation on
that's true. There is a little bit of a stubborn streak when it comes past Krispy Kremes. I can't.
Get them, Arlene. Together, we will achieve.
Krispy Kreme all the time, and he doesn't even like them.
Yeah. They're too expensive, really. You can go to Daylight and get like...
Daylight is good, I'll tell you.
Daylight's
good. He does have a favorite donut shop, though, I will admit.
Yes, I do.
So,
we'll talk about that later.
Before we close, we got to remind these folks of some events coming up. So, July 2nd, you said, your soft opening. Okay. Well, last week we spoke about the Northwest Arkansas, or NW Arkansas, Championship that starts June the 18th and runs through June 24th. What a lot of people don't realize, in addition to that golf tournament, is another event within the event, and it's called Bite NW Arkansas. You all may want to get involved in that next year. It helps support the NWA food bank that you heard from earlier. So Bite NW Arkansas has donated more than $1.2 million and over 6.5 tons of food to the food bank to date. Their event is running the 20th through the 22nd of June. And there are tickets still available for the 20th and 21st at BITENWA.com. That's BITENWA.com.
Now, don't forget, Thursday night is Art on the Bricks, so I don't know if you guys are culturally adept like me, which I wouldn't know a good piece of art if I saw it, unfortunately. But in downtown Rogers, Art on the Bricks, from 4:30 to 6:30, featuring a variety of artists displaying their talents in various locations downtown in Rogers. And so I think that'll be great.
Yeah, and they exhibit in different business locations. So we've actually purchased some art from one of those.
We have, yes, from one of the artists that we knew.
Yes. So that was Thursday night. Then we have Skydive for Kids that's coming up, and that starts Wednesday, and it's running through the 17th in 2 locations now, Siloam Springs and Fayetteville.
Wow.
This is where faith leapers jump out of perfectly good airplanes, and they are hoping that the lives of many Northwest Arkansas children are forever changed to do their fundraising efforts by jumping out of a plane. So
well, my life would be forever changed jumping out of a plane, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how good the landing would be.
So if you guys wanted to, do a promo thing for Freshie and go raise $1,000 to jump out of an airplane, y'all can jump out of an airplane in the name of Freshie.
Paul and Nick
I would totally do that, actually.
Okay.
I can see these guys doing it.
I could too.
In fact, I can even see Lance doing it ahead of these 2 guys.
Yeah.
Although I think his beard would slow the aerodynamics down getting out of the plane.
No, because his daughter would probably braid it and curl it and get it
exactly
aerodynamically fit. So, okay, well that's Skydive for Kids. What else is coming up, Michael?
Well, June 16th of all things is the 4th annual garden party at Crystal Bridges with musicians, artists, conservation groups, and vendors and more. So there seems to be a lot going on in Northwest Arkansas.
Oh, and we're not even touching it. I mean, there's so much more. Well, don't forget there's the Soldiers on Service Dogs fundraiser coming up.
Wow.
And that's at Flipside Ninja Park on the 24th.
Yes, Caleb and Emily just mentioned that great
Right.
event that they're having.
So let's not forget that one.
Now, I heard a little rumor floating around. There was a birdie that told me that I think Nick is going to try to go out with a group of guys here from Freshie, or at least to get out and try Flipside Ninja Park.
We were just discussing that.
Yes.
Going with some friends tomorrow night for their adult-only time. So.
And I think he's going to be able to master and quickly show everybody how to climb the rope, hit the wall, not head on, of course, like I would do. I would bounce off that wall. So,
yeah.
But he'll do that.
He's building you up there, giving you encouragement. So, yeah, he's going to a birthday party tomorrow. So that's another thing that they offer is birthday parties.
Well, it's time to close out yet another week of Good Morning Neighbor, and I'm Michael, and I have my beautiful wife, Arlene.
And we're live from Neighbors Mill, where family and friends gather. We look forward to you joining us next week as we welcome more notable guests to our program. Soon we are going to have a couple of people on here that are going to be telling you how to make time or save some time in your busy day, just like Simply Done did today. They can help you save that time and make time.
Well, I know Paul and Nick can save time on breakfast in the morning, swinging by their place, grabbing some great drinks, great smoothies, just great meals all the way around to save you a lot of time. But I think we would be remiss if we didn't stop and mention our sponsors. So we're going to start out, of course, where else but Neighbors Mill Bakery. And, of course, Bolt NWA for production and technology. I've got to say real quickly for Lance, he really endured this morning. He hung tough, and in spite of the fact that his wonderful computer fried on him a little bit, no pressure there.
Yeah.
He got us through this
Still
program.
pulled it off.
He
So
pulled
thank
it
you,
off.
Lance.
Thanks to his lovely
And
wife,
Nancy,
who ran to the rescue and grabbed that computer from Bolt. But Barton Consulting, LLC. Of course, these lovely seats that we're sitting on, provided by Ashley Furniture. And who else, my love?
Well, as always, Meteor Guitar Gallery and Music Works. They are both great music stores that you can visit. They do totally different things. Both have lessons. Both have different opportunities for type of lessons. So get in there with them. KR Promotions, Simply Cool, or a couple of other sponsors, as well as Rick McLeod's Farmer Insurance and Minuteman Press.
And we cannot forget our good friends at Nothing Bun Cakes. We never sample any of their product. It is absolutely unbelievable how every time we go in there, we're really true to our word and never pick up one
Guys,
single.
can you just see you're going to have to start offsetting what his normal diet is?
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Well, dear, until next week, I'm Mike and Arlene. I have Paul and Nick with us from Freshie, and we're saying good morning, neighbor.
Good morning, neighbor.
Good morning.